Texas. Wait, no, that's not right. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. Taxes. Don't know what taxes are? Here's an excerpt from Wikipedia. Anyway, today I'm ranking Deltarune enemies by their ability to do taxes. Because I feel like it. Alright, here we are. We're ranking every enemy in Deltarune based on whether they can do taxes or not. And of course, we're starting off with the very first enemy, Lancer himself. Now, he's just a little guy. He's just a little scrunkly. He probably doesn't even know what taxes are. Probably because his dad doesn't do taxes. So let's put Lancer in there. And then we have the Rolse dummy, who probably just also doesn't know what taxes are. He's just blissfully unaware. Blissful ignorance. Then we have the Ruden. The Ruden's a sharp guy. He has a dagger. He probably knows how to do taxes, but he probably still needs help with them. Probably not, though. If anybody needs help with taxes, it's this guy right here. So, I think Rudens do their taxes. Then Hathies. They're support enemies, so obviously they help others do their taxes. And then I forget the name of this guy. I'll put it on the screen when I along with the image when I say this guy. Anyway, this is a guy that needs help doing their taxes. Yeah. And then the Pawn Men. I forget what their name is. If their name is Pawn Men, then that's great. That works. If I remember correctly, like one of the NPCs on the Great Board says that they're kind of dumb. So I don't think they know what taxes are. K-Round definitely knows what taxes are. And definitely commits tax evasion on purpose. Then we have Rabix. Rabix, I'm not sure about Rabix, honestly. Rabix probably know what taxes are. They probably do their taxes. They probably need help doing their taxes. As for Bloxers, I think Bloxers do their taxes. They seem like reasonable guys. They're just a little mixed up sometimes, so yeah. I think they do their taxes. Then for Clover, now here's the thing. Clover has 3 heads, all with distinct personalities. One probably does their taxes, one probably needs help doing their taxes, and the other either commits tax evasion or tells others not to do their taxes. So it's like split between like the top 5 tiers. So let's just go ahead and even out Clover and put Clover in needs help doing their taxes. Because all these heads aren't on the same page. Now we get to Susie. Susie, probably just eats her tax papers. I mean, Susie eats chalk. It wouldn't be too far-fetched if Susie just ate paper too. Anyway, then we already have Lancer on the list, so we can skip over Sad Lancer. Rodent Ranger is just a cooler. It's just a cooler Ruden. So let's put him up there and does their taxes. Head Hathy, same thing. Then we have the King. The King of Spades. Probably commits tax evasion. He's royalty, he's a monarch. He doesn't need to pay taxes. Even if he should pay taxes, he won't. Then we have Jevil. Jevil's the type of guy that tells you not to do your taxes. Some shit about I don't know. I immediately forget my reasoning after I put him there, but he's definitely the type of guy that would do that. Next we have the Chapter 2 enemies, starting with Werewire. The Wire instills obedience, and since the Queen probably wants people to do their taxes, the Werewire probably does their taxes. But they probably need help doing their taxes. Honestly. Now, Viravira-kun, I'm pretty sure that's the name, I might have butchered that. Even though they're a virus, they're a helpful bunch, as shown by Noelle's first battle, so funnily enough, despite being a virus, I think it would help other people do their taxes. Same with this guy. It's another one that I forget their name as well. God damn. I think that guy would also help people do their taxes. Then we got the pop-up. I forget its name again. Just the pop-up guy. He probably knows what taxes are because tax pop-ups and shit like that. I don't know. Well, this guy definitely commits tax evasion. Then the task. That's just a cat. Now we get to these guys. Me when I forget their names. I know one of them is Sweet and one of them is Captain, and then I forget the others' names, but I remember their personalities. That much I remember. This guy here would need help doing their taxes. This guy, I think that's Captain, because he has a cap. Actually, no, two of them have caps. But I think this guy's name is Captain. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Editing Frigiduck, please put their images and names in respective order on screen, please, and thank you. All right, and then this guy does their taxes. Birdly, as cringe as it might be for a guy like him, he probably does his taxes. And then Mouse is a mouse. Probably doesn't even know what taxes are. Spampton definitely commits tax evasion. That much is pretty obvious. Then we have Mouse Wheel, who goes right in with the mouse. Actually, no, the Mouse Wheel, because it's more mouse, means more power. That means they can eat their tax papers. Task Manager definitely doesn't seem like the type that would help others do their taxes, but they would definitely do their taxes. Then we have Wire, who is on a higher level of intelligence compared to normal Wires, if I remember correctly, so they can also go in that top tier. Then we have Rules. He definitely commits tax evasion. The Swatches, they're butlers. They probably help the Queen do her taxes. You know, if the Queen did taxes, but we'll get to that. Mind-controlled Birdly would be, he'd probably need help doing his taxes, honestly. He seems a little brain dead in that state. Then we have Queen. She would commit tax evasion. And then Giga Queen would obviously commit tax evasion. Spampton Neo would go down here with Jebel, just tell others not to do their taxes. Hell, he could probably just straight up force people not to do taxes. If he doesn't have to do taxes, nobody else should have to do taxes. I mean, he does have to do taxes, but he just doesn't, because look at him. Does this look like that kind of guy that would do his taxes? No. Anyway, I will skip over Snowgrave Birdly. And then, as for Beepus, Shadow Guys, I mean, they do office work. They've signed contracts. They probably know how to do their taxes, so they're going up in here. Shudda knows how to work a camera better than a pencil, probably, but they would still probably do their taxes, but they would just need help doing them. Then, Elnina. I think Elnina and Lenino would both be and helps others do their taxes. They just help each other do their taxes. Then we have Pippins, who definitely commits tax evasion. I'm calling it now. Then we have Zappers. Zappers are like standard guard type guys. They could do their taxes, but they don't seem too bright, so they'd probably need help doing their taxes. Rabbix. Not Rabbix. Ribbix. That's Rabbix. That's a Rabbic. This is a Ribbic. Ribbix would probably just eat their tax papers. They seem like that kind of guy. Water Cooler definitely commits tax evasion. The water coolers definitely commit tax evasion. Then we have Tenna himself. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would commit tax evasion. He's probably an upstanding citizen who does his taxes. Then we have the Knight. The Knight definitely commits tax evasion. As for the Shadow Mantle definitely knows what taxes are. was probably in the same boat as these guys and tells others not to do them. Now we are on to the Chapter 4 enemies. So, let's see. Guy? I don't know, I forget how to pronounce it, but, they seem like ghosts. Ghosts that lived in ages where taxes did not exist as they do now. I mean, I think taxes have existed for a long while, but as they are now, taxes are kinda... I don't know how taxes work. I wasn't alive back in medieval times. Probably don't know what taxes are. Now these little guys here, they want to earn the respect of their fair maidens, so obviously they do their taxes, but they probably need help doing their taxes, so they go in there. Then we have Wingblades. They're basically biblically accurate angels. So whether they need to do taxes or not, I don't know, I guess they commit tax evasion. Actually, no, they wouldn't do that. You know, I'd say they do their taxes. Then these guys, I forget their names. The wizard guys. They probably need help doing their taxes, seeing how they can barely spell correctly. So obviously they need help with numbers too. Next up we have Mizzles. Mizzles are just ascended water coolers, but they're definitely not as cruel as water coolers. They're definitely a lot nicer, so they at least do their taxes. I think Mizzles would help these little guys do their taxes, honestly. Then we have Miss Mizzle, who definitely does her taxes. Then we have Organic, Organic, or Organic. I don't know, pronounce it how you want, but these guys, I take it they probably need help doing their taxes, probably. Probably? Yeah, then the Belle. I don't remember her name, but if I remember correctly, she's a support enemy, so that means she goes up in there. Yay. Alright, Jackenstein is definitely another character that doesn't know what taxes are. I mean, he's just a... Well, he's definitely not a little guy. He's a big guy with little guy energy. He's going down there. He doesn't know what taxes are. Then we have the Titan. If the Titan doesn't know what mercy is, chances are the Titan also doesn't know what taxes are, so they go down there too. Now, we get to the mics. We've got the main mic, who, spoilers, skip ahead slightly if you don't want spoilers for, the mic's real identities, but, this mic is a Pippin's, which means this mic probably does tax evasion, but this mic is also a conspiracy theorist, so that means they definitely do tax evasion. This mic is a zapper. Cowboy Mike is a zapper, so needs help doing taxes. And then Cat Mike is a shadow guy, so they go up there, they do their taxes. Last but not least, we have Gerson, also known as the Hammer of Justice. He's a kind old man. He knows how to read, he knows how to write. At least he was writing a letter for like a third of chapter 4. So, he probably did his taxes when he was alive. He's probably also the kind of guy that helps people with their taxes. So just to even out this list a little bit, just ever so slightly, he helps people with their taxes. Yeah. And yeah, that's my tier list of whether Deltarune enemies could do taxes or not. Yeah. Honestly, I love taxes. Hey, future Frigiduck here. So, apparently, that tier list had a glaring omission. Balthazar. Put him in the and needs help doing taxes tier, I guess. He gives off those vibes. Okay, roll the outro, please. Hello, thanks for watching my video. Please like, please subscribe, and please leave a comment telling me why my tier list is wrong and why I should get forklift certified. Best argument will be pinned. Also, check out my other videos. I promise they are cool and funny and cool. I also have a coffee page if you want to leave me a donation. I have a couple of membership tiers set up with some neat perks. Anyway, I think that's about it. So, once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you eventually. Okay, bye.